Hello, you've seen me before with another OMC boat. Today we're going to talk about another OMC boat that my wife and I went all the way down to Michigan for. A little backstory on this before we get into it, as I feel it's somewhat necessary. Is scrolling on the Facebook and saw this boat. I said, yep, gotta have it, because it was going to the salvage yard, and from what I could see in the pictures, it looked like it had good bones. Contacted Rob, worked out arrangements, and wife and I drove down and met Rob, and we looked at the boat and we pulled it 10 hours back home. A little bit of a backstory with this boat. It was purchased brand new in 1969, and Rob knew the original owner. So the original owner bought this boat in 1969 and used it until 1993, when I believe is when he had passed away. So there the boat sat in storage until 98 or 99, I can't remember. I'd have to reach back out to Rob. And Rob and his brother used this boat 99, 2000 era, and then it has sat again until now, which is 2025. So 25 years, if my math is correct, and I'm terrible at math, by the way. But the boat came with some amazing history and receipts. The outdrive's been rebuilt in 2017, even though it wasn't being used. I even got the original owner's manual for this boat, along with a new old stock, which is just super awesome, and the original sales receipt for this boat in 1969. It's just super cool. I got the title for the boat, all the paperwork, everything that's ever been done to this motor, and I believe it was like 1970s. It had a timing chain put in. Yep, got the receipts for that. So we did a cannonball trip. We did one great big loop. Left northern Minnesota, drove all the way down to Michigan, and all the way up across the UP and back into northern Minnesota without a single hiccup, which is awesome. But Rob was nice enough to put new tires on the boat for the trip home. Wonderful guy, can't speak enough for him. And I wasn't going to do any videos on this boat or anything like that, but Rob would like to see the boat back in the water and being used, and I told Rob I'd get this boat back in the water, and that's exactly what I'm going to do / we're going to do. I'm not going to make the boat showroom shape. I want to make the boat usable and pass it on to the next owner to take it from there. I got too many projects. I don't need any more projects, but I didn't have the heart to see this go to the salvage yard. We'll take a walk over and we'll give you a tour. So here she is, 1969 evinrude tri-hull with the original trailer. This boat was used for water skiing mostly, so it didn't spend much time on the trailer except for in the off season, so there's very few miles on this trailer. But we'll start at the front and we'll work our way back, starting with this trailer plug. I don't know if anybody has seen this style trailer plug before. We'll see if the camera zooms in. I haven't. Surge brakes, it's got tilt, it's got a winch, 10-ply tires. You can see the hull, pretty good. Dirty, but it's decent. You have to bear with me also, I can't find my tripod. Got wheels. We had to buy some Harbor Freight lights because the trailer lights, obviously, I didn't have a hookup for the plug and no idea if they worked. But food for thought, if you need to get me home, these magnetic lights pretty good, with the exception of you may have to zip tie them onto your trailer or some way because the magnets aren't very strong, and they kept coming off on the way home until finally I said, we're pulling over. It's got a 155 horse V6 Buick Dauntless, supposedly. I have no reason to believe otherwise. Oh, sorry, the ladder's in the way. Yeah, there's some paint fade on the evinrude badging, but that's easy enough to fix. But this is in great shape. Some dock rubs here. Nothing major at all with the boat, other than it needs an extremely good scrubbing. I did start taking a buffer to one spot of the boat. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not. I'm trying to see if the color would come back, but I think I'm going to need more of a cutting polish. I may have to repaint the stripes. That's a-okay. Probably what saved this boat is sitting inside for the last umpteen years. Since '93 it's been stored indoors, except for '99, 2000 when it was in the water last. I'm gonna have to replace this ball gear. That's nothing. Unfortunately, the critters got in here and absolutely went to pound town on these seats. Oofta. Otherwise, the dash is in great shape. Steering wheel's in decent shape, just dirty. Electric shift, push button electric shift, switchboard, gauges. The glass is all in spectacular shape. This aluminum will clean up nice. A little bit of crazing on the nav light, nothing terrible. There's the front. Here's the other seat for the front. I haven't gotten physically inside the boat to clean it yet. As you can see, there's some debris inside there. There's the outdrive. 100% rebuilt in 17. I'll get this engine compartment opened up. Oof, oof, still stinks. There's that little V6. Now, the only thing I have done since getting the boat home is that one little spot with the buffer. Excuse the craziness. One little spot with the buffer. I made sure the engine turned over, and that was it. So I had a wrench on the crank. And then I hooked up the jump pack, and she spun over, and it sounded pretty even. So today's goal is I want to hear it run off the bottle to get some oil pressure back in this engine, because unfortunately I don't have a place to store this indoors. So I'm going to wrap it here real quick before it gets cold, so it's prepped for winter. Oh, and I cleaned out the engine compartment because there was 50 pounds of mouse and raccoon feces and whatnots. The smell is definitely better than what it was. So first step first, we'll pop that distributor cap off because I know those points are going to have to get cleaned. I'll have to try and put you somewhere, maybe where you can see. Like I said, I can't find my tripod anywhere. It's been so long. So let me get set up to pop that rotor cap off and we'll continue on. Alright, I got no good place to put the camera right now. So we'll take the distributor cap off. Maybe. Come on. I should grab a Phillips. Come on. Come on. Come on, you dirty dog. Well, this ain't my first time taking distributor cap off. Boy, these wires are in need of a replacement, I think. They're plain. Well, I know how to take a distributor cap off, I think. Do I need to clean the points? I mean, lazy's always the better way. Which is why we're not pulling plugs and everything else. You know, check for voltage. I know we're getting up close and personal here. Well, it's loose. What am I missing? As my wife would say, I'm just special. Cap is loose. A bit broken. Wouldn't that be the giggles and the shits? Well, what in the clubhouse? Alright, I'm going to grab a different screwdriver. I'll be back. Alright, so I got the cap off. Gotta be smarter than some hardware. Rotor looks pretty good. Underneath the cap, I haven't looked yet. Well, that looks pretty good too. Not gonna complain. These points look like they're newer. Centrifugal advanced is not frozen. I did file on the points a tickle. So we'll put the rotor cap back on and we'll put a little gas down the carburetor and hopefully it barks off. Alright, distributor cap's back on. Get the zoom all the way out. I'm going to put some gas in. Normally I like to use a 2-stroke oil on a dry start like this, but I ain't got none. So we'll just use some straight old non-oxygenated. See if I can get some down the vent here. I'm going to put more down the carburetor than I am the vent. Oh, that's way too much gas. Alright. Let's see if this little itty bitty jump pack. Because why? I can't find my big one. I could blame my wife since she's not here, but I'd like to live, so not gonna do that. One thing I will say is these little jump packs sure are handy. I am so sorry about the quality of this video. Alright. On. Oh, we're hot. How convenient. Can we override? Oh, it's not that hot. Oh, it's only 80 degrees. Alright, well, I guess I'll let this one cool down. Thanks. Alright, let me see if I can find the other one while this one cools down. They don't even feel that hot. Jerks. Oh. Because this has got a bad battery? That could be. Alright, let me go find my other jump pack. Alright, I got this figured out. Let's see if she'll fire off. After 25 years napping, let's see. Actually, you know what? I'll put you behind. Let's see what kind of stuff comes flying out of that exhaust, if any. Hopefully the ignition system and all that's good. Oh, car coming. Alright. UPS came. Shout out to them guys for the hours they work. But anywho, I got some fuel down inside that carburetor bowl. So hopefully the ignition system works and we'll see if she fires off. 25-year nap about to be awoken. Kind of a cool feeling. I do gotta say myself. Alright. On, start. Oh. on, baby. Come on. Yes. Yes. 25 years and she's running. Here's some valve noise. Yes. Must not be enough in that carburetor or the idle circuit is foobarred. How hot are these manifolds? Not hot at all yet. All right. Put a bunch more down there so she's flooded, and we'll bottle feed it. Sounds pretty good. Sounds real good. We got a little bit of blow by, I see. But those rings got to seat back in again. Sounds solid. The bad part is this does not have an oil pressure gauge. So I don't have a cotton pick and clue what it has for oil pressure, but it runs. What all works? I haven't played with any of the switches. Wiper, nope, ain't got wiper. Running lights, oh, got something of a light. Hardly no running lights. Perfect for drug smuggling. I mean, not going out at night. Well, the fume blower is working. My wife says I have nasty smelling farts, but I don't believe her. So we can waft those away. Instrument lights. Can't tell. Too bright. Says we have a half a tank of gas. Oof. All right. Motor tilt. Nothing. Up. Down. Up, down, up, down. Huh. I bet you the horn will work. No, much like my ex-wife. Nope, still no working. Huh. All right, let's put more gas in it. Let me see if I can flood the engine out again by trying to get it down inside that stinking carb bowl. I really want those idle circuits to work. Jesus, I'm putting more in the engine than I am in the carb bowl. I'm getting it. I'm sure this carburetor is just plugged. That's alright. These are easy to rebuild. Last time I bought a rebuild kit for a Rochester 2-jet carburetor, it was $35 from the parts store. Unbelievable. 25 years, clean the points, a little bit of fuel, and it barks right off. Absolutely amazing. One thing, by letting it start, get oil pressure and die again, you're kind of allowing the oil to kind of run down onto everything again and get re-lubricated. If that's even such a thing inside this motor. The big concern is the camshaft on the lobes. But what do you do? I mean, you just gotta let nature take its course on startup. put quite a bit of gas down inside that bowl. Let's see what happens. Can't promise nothing, but we'll see what happens. This thing needs a gas cup holder. Come on. Nope. Jump pack's had it. Shoot. Probably dead. Yep, and hot. All right. Okay, so you're out. Dang it. Where'd my other jump pack go? Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot, I should have grabbed that bottle so I could put more gas in. Don't want to appear anything shot out. Oh, I wanted to show you the mess. Part of the mess that came out from underneath the engine from all the critters over the years. Alright, I will be right back with a fresh jump pack. Because I don't have any charged batteries. Go figure. Alright, I called my wife, found a jump pack. I also went ahead and tried to put more fuel in the carb bowl than down in the engine. So we'll see what happens. But I know it's severely flooded now. But that'll help seat rings, correct? We'll see. Alright. On and start. Uh-oh. Betcha I got too much down in there, or the starter's going. I flooded it. Yep. How about some throttle? Yep. Wow. It's running off the carburetor. That's amazing. Okay, we'll just idle her at 1,000. Unbelievable. It's like it never sat. Alright, that's enough. Those manifolds are starting to get some warmth to them, and I don't want to overheat them. I can leave my hand on them, but I don't want them any warmer than that. Amazing. 25 years, clean the points, and it idles and takes throttle. I ain't never seen anything like it. That's just nuts. I'm gonna grab you. We're gonna go find some shade, because I am hot. 80 degrees for northern Minnesota is just too hot. We melt. Sounds good. Absolutely stunning. Well, there it is. That's what I wanted to accomplish with this. A couple of things I wanted to do was A, show that you don't need to necessarily go through all these steps to pull something out. It could be as simple as cleaning the points. I mean, don't make it more difficult than what it has to be. I don't want to call this a well it run or a barn find. It really wasn't a, well, yeah, technically it kind of is a barn find, I guess, because originally where it was stored, it was originally a farm. So yeah, I guess we'll call it a barn find. I think we'll call it a why don't you guys decide what exactly we'll call this situation. But the thing runs amazingly well. It takes throttle, it starts up, just a little bit of blow by that I can see but it's not concerning. Once you get it out on the water and open it up and get those rings to seat again, it'll probably clean up. I can already hear that it's turning over a lot more evenly. It had a bit of a gallop, but it wasn't nothing obvious. I mean, you really kind of had to listen for it. So again, big thank you to Rob for all of his help, putting the tires on there, meeting with us. He had a busy schedule that day. We pulled him from his busy schedule. Again, thank you to Rob and his wife. There will be more on this boat. We will clean it up. We will get it back on the water, and we will ship it off to the next owner. This is going to be it on this boat for this year. So we'll see you in 2026 with the Evinrude, and we're going to go boating. We'll get both OMCs out. We'll get the Dauntless and the 140 out on Lake Superior, side by side. See you in 2026.